Catch, get a gun for just $20 down at Liberty Tree Guns. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-208-9TIP. For News Talk KCRG, I'm Steve Smith on KIX 102.5.
We're featuring Jackson and Talia from Carterville.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, guys. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, you can go to the Morning KIX page on the KIX website and click on the button there to find out how to upload your audio.
Happy Monday. It's the Monday after daylight saving ends.
Yeah, if there was ever a less happy Monday, it couldn't be besides this.
Because this time yesterday it was 6 o'clock, but now it's 7 o'clock. So if you're thinking it's 6 o'clock, you're an hour behind.
I thought it was 5 o'clock. You said it was 5 o'clock.
We'll talk more about it in just 15 minutes.
Here's Lady Wilson.
On KIX 102.5.
So what time is it?
7.
Well, then why did you say all those other numbers? What are you trying to do to me?
Confuse you. Good morning. Good morning. It's working.
I'm just going to say morning because there's nothing good about it.
Bless. Randy Brooks is on the drama. What's new, cause he's so dramatic? Just look at the face he's making and the way he does that thing with his arms.
You didn't like it? My favorite song.
It's a classic.
I finished The Tourist yesterday,
What's
the new
that?
season of that. It's on Netflix. So it was originally on Hulu. And then Hulu, I guess, sold it to Netflix. But we watched their first season like 3 or 4 years ago and really, really liked it. It's the one about the Irish guy who loses his memory in a car wreck in Australia.
Oh.
And it's just crazy off-the-wall story. Really, 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 really good show. And the second season was just as good. And in that one, him and his girlfriend that he makes in Australia, they go back to Ireland to try to figure out who he is. And it's a big old mess.
Mm-hmm.
Big old mess.
A mess. Not a mess. A mess.
Mess. And we also watch we watched Damsel on Friday night.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah?
I really, really did. It was impressive. I would not let my kids watch it. It's very violent. The dragon
Really?
squishes a couple of guys' heads, and they show it, and just stuff like
Yikes.
that. It's very violent, but because of that, you're kind of like, well, yeah, it would be with a dragon. He would bite people's heads off, and
Sure.
juices would come squeezing out and stuff.
Ew.
So,
Did
and
Gina like it?
Gina liked it,
Okay.
which
She's always my gauge.
I'm ruining her sense, her perception gradually.
Great. Good. How's everyone's weekend? We're quiet today. I blame the time change. Okay. And the fact that it's 7 o'clock and it's still dark outside.
That's our reality from now on.
Oh, boy. I like it better when there's some light by this time, You've been sick? Oh, that stinks, Sheila. What you got? There's so much crud going around right now. Morning, Lisa. You were sick yesterday too, Jimmy? Good gracious. I just remembered spring break is next week.
Is it?
If we needed something else to talk about, that's an option too.
Yeah, we kind of covered that. I mean, Miami and everything, but we did spring break things.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we can figure something else
I had a biopsy on my thyroid on Friday. How did that go, Sarah? I think it was my pain pills. It's making you not feel very good, making you sick. Woke up Saturday, could not talk, and I was all stuffy. Oh. I hate that stuffy feeling, that pressure in your face.
A lot of people are suffering from that right now, of course, spring pollen. I think, hope, that I got mine done with on January. Well, hopefully, usually once you have that infection, your body kind of builds up resistance.
Wouldn't it be cool if we could just vacuum all the pollen out of the air and take the vacuum bag and go dump it over the plants?
Then dump it over. I was going to say, well, then they would all die.
Well, you just get it out of the air and put it down where it needs to go. Relocate the pollen.
Why does it have to go through the air? Yeah, part of the reason is because we live so freaking close to Kansas. Let's be honest.
It's not has nothing to do with
Blowing it all around and everything.
No.
Because of the extreme wind levels. You have to deal with it.
I should have the results back sometime this week.
Supposed to get my guitar today.
Yay.
Jen starts moving in today.
Yay. Yeah, we closed on Friday. It's very exciting. Are we going to what?
Are you moving? Doing any moving today? Or
Yeah, got to move something today.
flower pot?
Anything.
Yeah, I would want it all done
Yeah.
yesterday.
We got some more boxes packed yesterday. It was good. Finished going through Beans' drawers, so all we need is her clothes now, and then started going through the boys' stuff.
You're still not packed. Oh my God.
Nope. Ew, why are you puking in your pants?
Jen. It's got to go somewhere.
The garbage outside. Why does it got to be in your pants? Thank you, Sarah. I'll let you know. I'm not totally sure what the plan is just yet. Yeah, it is rough having thyroid problems. I'm there with you.
Guess what starts 1 week from today?
What?
Your mother's menopause cycle.
Thank you.
No.
Why would you know that?
We talk. No, honestly, Secret Sound starts again.
What?
Probably heard the teasers, but you guys know. KIX 102.5, the force.
Wake up, Randy.
What?
Randy, wake back up.
What?
We're doing a show.
Where's the sun at?
I don't know. It's because it's daylight saving time ended this weekend. There's no sun right now.
Yeah, then isn't this just great? So a couple more governors have gotten involved with the whole attempt to eliminate the time change happening twice a year.
I'd be on board with that.
Yeah, and even though Missouri passed legislation a couple of years ago to end it, we were unable to because the surrounding states wouldn't. So we're going to explain why we're still doing this, even though it was started back in 1918. It's no longer relevant.
But Arizona gets to do it on their own. Why can't we do it on our own?
Because Missouri's stupid because of the reasons that they will not eliminate it. And we'll tell you what those reasons are in just 11 minutes.
Here's Rodney Atkins.
On KIX 102.5. When it does the thing, we'll tell you about it.
Good secret sound. That's a good secret sound. Yes, good secret sound.
We have to do some secret sounds this week.
Yay!
So we've got to come up with some stuff. Page 24.
I have some ideas.
Do you?
Yeah.
Got to get them ready. And we are going to let you guys hear it first. So we're going to let you hear it on Thursday. Then we're going to share it with other people on Friday.
Can I tell you my idea? Jimmy says something easy. Well,
Jimmy, I'm sorry your Aunt Linda's no longer eligible for this thing.
whoa, dang.
Jimmy's like,
What?
we know, but how did he know?
Oh, man. Secret sound sounds.
So when you think of one anytime, jot it down so that we can get those together. I'd like to have about 6 ready to go by the end of the week.
Did corporate give you the budget for this year?
Yeah. Did you know, and I just found this out, so in Oregon last year, they passed a law, and is it just me that how did I forget this? They passed a law making all drugs legal.
No, that's right.
Fentanyl, heroin, crack, meth, all of it is legal in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now they are putting forward legislature that will hopefully be passed this week to rescind that. They've decided.
What?
Yeah, that didn't work out.
Not working out for them?
No. The city of Portland, which I was going to ask Heather about that, and if I see her again, because she lives right outside Portland, says you can't go into the downtown area because there's so many addicts. You'll get robbed trying to come out of your car.
Wow.
That the amount of overdoses has increased by almost 600%.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that worked great. What, we expected drug addicts to be able to manage and maintain this themselves? That's not how addiction works, you idiot.
So what was their thinking behind making everything legal?
That by making it legal, they would take away the stigma of crime. By decriminalizing it, people would not be so, it would lower the cost for one thing. They wouldn't spend all their life savings on it.
Mm-hmm.
That people would manage it as a recreation.
Fentanyl. That's not how addictions work.
Fentanyl as a recreation. It was a dumb idea. So even now, the liberal side of the political element in Oregon says, well, it's because we didn't put enough money into it. We need more money to support funding for it for education, to educate the people how to use this system. And there needs to be marketing campaigns.
Hold on. Here's the education for this. Are you ready? Don't do drugs.
Well, and I'll even say, knowing addicts, intentions don't matter at all.
Sure.
You may intend to not do drugs, but if you're doing drugs, you're going to do drugs until you go to rehab.
I don't think that means you need to make it more accessible, though, by any means.
Absolutely not. Anytime I hear this where they do, I don't even really think it's a good idea to do the methadone programs.
What is, I don't know what that is.
And I know there's been some limited success with methadone. So methadone clinics are where people who want to get off the drug can go to get. Now, methadone shuts down the major symptoms of drug withdrawal.
Okay.
Without giving you too much of a high.
Okay.
But it is also addictive. So that's the problem. And if you're, all these cases, what we're asking is for idiot, brain dead addicts to manage their circumstances. It's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to happen is rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say no. That's not a realistic thing either, Jimmy. When you're an addict, you can't say no.
So what resources need to be available then for the addict?
Yes, Betty. Did you hear otherwise? She said this is the beginning of daylight savings time, not the end.
I'm pretty sure I said
Did you say
the end or the beginning.
Oh.
I don't really know which one it is.
Betty, make sure you say daylight saving, not savings.
And she did. She said saving. So this is the beginning.
It's a drug also, methadone. Yes, methadone is a drug. But it's managed so you go to a clinic and they give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you take it and they manage how much you, and it's to control your withdrawal is the way it's supposed to work. And then they let them go back out into the world. So you see all sorts of wrong things with this. Mm-hmm. It's like a Band-Aid effort at most.
So then what kind of support is there for the addict once they go back into the world after that treatment?
I mean, without rehab, without confined rehab, there's no realistic. And the idea of forcing rehabilitation on someone who is not ready for it is also not realistic. Mm-hmm. You can't make someone do recovery.
Right. It's got to be their choice, 110%.
It's very hard to do that. Accessibility, though, then, okay, but they're like, well, what do we do about all these addicts? Well, first off, you need to quit treating the very outer edges of the problem and go to the core of it. Why are they addicts in the first place? Accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
The old supply-demand thing.
Where's Megan this morning? I just realized there's no Megan yet. Megan! Megan!
Hey. Dad.
She's not listening to me. And hopefully Dorinda's here. She just can't say anything. Otherwise, I'd start hollering for Dorinda, too.
Don't say it. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
It's still so dark out this morning.
Yeah, so why is the time change still a thing long after it was enacted in 1918?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's because you're lazy government. That's why. We'll explain right after Travis Denning.
On KIX 102.5.
This song sounds like Counting Blue Cars by Dishwalla. I really
You think
think
so?
that. Yes. Every time I hear it, I think, because they used to have to play that in the club circuit.
I like that song by
Hated that
Dishwalla.
song. Tell me all your
thoughts again.
because I really like to meet her.
Yep. Great.
Stupid.
She's sleeping. Probably sleeping.
I bet they're from Portland, Oregon.
What about Pam Cossey? Pam.
Don't do that.
Pamity Pam.
Oh, they're coming today to measure the
Morning, Romelda. Yeah, Dishwalla was on the show Charmed. I remember that. I used to love that show.
Yeah, that was a big launch
They went
in their
and
career.
Played on, they played at what, P3, right?
P3.
It was the name of the club on Charmed. It's P3. No. I haven't cut it. It was just flipped over one shoulder. I'm on a growing it out quest, which is not a thing that I do ever.
I think it looks good like that.
Thank you.
March Mania will also start next week or later this week. I know it's coming up because
It's next week.
March Madness is going to be kicking off. Technically, it doesn't start till the 24th or the 25th, but I know the early, what they call the Selection Sunday, is on the 17th, which is also St. Patty's Day. So it is time. I went out and did a little work this weekend. I trimmed the knockout roses down, but I noticed flowers coming out, beginning to bud everywhere. And then we went for a walk with Bella late yesterday afternoon. Daffodils everywhere.
Yep. We've got daffodils at our house.
We went to a friend's house on Saturday night and ate dinner with her. And as we're leaving, we came out her door to go get in the truck, and I hear frogs singing everywhere. And I'm like, that is the sign. My dad would not plant tomatoes and stuff until he heard the frogs sing, because he said, that's it for frost. There will be no more frost after that, because the frogs know, well, they will die if they come out of the mud, out of where they've been sealed in the mud before the last frost.
So we're done with frost.
We're done with frost.
Is winter behind us?
Yes, winter is behind us now. I will officially say now, there will be something called blackberry winter. And that usually happens right around Easter or a little bit after Easter.
Is this second winter or whatever they call it?
Blackberry winter is where it gets just cold enough to turn the blackberry plants so that the berries can get ripe.
I had no idea that that's how that worked. What, Shalala?
And if you look ahead on our forecast, actually next week is supposed to be down around 40 by Friday night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here we go. 5 seconds.
That's not it, by the way. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 720.
Sunshine with highs nearing 70 this afternoon. It's 41 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 5 minutes.
You awake this morning?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a tough one, I think.
It is. It really is. And you think, why? Why do we do this? Why don't they just put it in one time and leave it alone?
That's a valid question, I think.
We've had so many people say, well, Missouri made it law just a couple of years ago. No, you got to read the fine print on that. Missouri did pass a resolution saying that they would eliminate daylight saving time. The time changes.
Right.
And just stay on daylight savings time if all the surrounding states would do it.
Because we can't do it without our friends, I guess.
I guess.
What's going on with that one?
Too worried about what they think of us. Well, Illinois would not do it. Indiana would not do it. Ohio would not do it. So because of that, Missouri said, well, okay, then we got to keep doing it too.
Well, why can't we just be like Arizona? Because Arizona does it, and they don't have any other states around them that don't do it.
Not all of Arizona does.
What?
Most of Arizona does. But there's parts of Arizona that do still honor the time change, and they are border areas.
So you're telling me that here, like, if we just, in Joplin, in our little community here, if we wanted to say, we're not doing it anymore, we could do that.
We technically could, but probably have to get permission from the state because they might kick us out. And nobody wants to, where would we go then? Kansas?
Maybe. What's wrong with that?
I say we go to, if we're going to go somewhere, let's go to Florida or Hawaii.
I don't know that we can exactly do it that way.
Here's the thing. Oklahoma just put forth resolution late last week, on Friday. And also Mark Rubio in Florida, they both enacted a legislation within their own states for it to become a federal law for the elimination.
Ooh, okay. I'm on board with that.
And it's supposed to be voted on sometime this week.
Good. And I hope that they pass it because this whole go forward an hour, back an hour, it's exhausting.
What, you don't like doing the time change?
No, I don't like doing the time change.
What do you not like about it, Jen?
I'm tired.
And we have to listen to this song. That's horrible. It's the springtime. Time is changing. We just lost an hour. It feels so early.
But the days will be longer.
Wake up with a hot shower. Every year, I'm doing the time change. Moving my clocks ahead. I need a big coffee. Wishing I was still sleeping. Let's do the time change again. Let's do the time change again. You want to stay in your bed. It was too short of a night. Need a little more rest. Now 8 o'clock is 9, but you gotta get up, or else you're gonna be late. Let's do the time change again. Let's do the time change again.
It's Morning KIX with Randy and Jen on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
On the 23rd, my brother's taking us to see the Globetrotters.
The Global Trotters. The Global Trotters, Sheila.
That'll be a super fun show.
It's not who they think, though. John, like that?
Yeah, that's possible.
Globetrotters. In France, they say Globetrotters.
You think the one in the fall? I don't think the one in the fall is any worse. I think going forward an hour sucks because you lose an hour. I'd rather gain the hour.
I know what she means. She means, well, but you're getting extra daytime now. I agree that I like daylight saving time better than I do being out of it.
This is way hard. I'm going to struggle this whole week.
Sure, but it's because of the whole hour scooting thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy this time much better, and it signals the onset of summer.
But it's still so
that's so
dark
much
in the
better.
morning. It takes for...
Which is, to me, is better. I'd rather have that than the sun shining in my eyes on my way to work.
Yeah, I've been watching the Eagles, and it
Morning,
makes me
Kathy.
really sad, Jimmy.
Are the babies dead?
It's looking that way.
Apparently, they did not keep them warm enough. So
That's not what it was.
now you know what will happen. Your face is weird, Kathy. Now they have to eat them.
Oh, they
Yes,
really?
they do. That's the way they dispose of the old eggs.
Are you being serious? Is that real?
No, I don't know.
We know for sure egg number 1 is gone. Egg number 2 is probably gone as well. If anything, egg number 3 is the only one that's left. Morning, Gary Crow. Jen's Trends. I like that. Morning, Kathy.
This has been
Kathy said
It's
you're
been
weird.
bopped. Or I said her face is.
Oh, okay. I was still eagling.
Okay. So
Yeah, no, I still check in with the Eagles every single day. I am deeply invested. We'll get it.
2 days.
I'm not worried about it.
We can come up with a story.
Mm-hmm.
Might go through and just look at songs.
Mhm.
Dang it.
I have one hair up here that just does not want to go in the right direction. I mean, regardless of what happens, I have loved watching the Eagles. I think they've been great. And it's really cute because they're still bringing like sticks and fluff and things for the nest. And they're still, preening and doing all that stuff. We could talk about the Eagles.
Oh. That I'm not sure how that's.
We've talked.
When I first saw that, I thought you were talking about the band, and I was like, "Yeah, it is sad. Have you seen them? I mean, come on, guys." No, well, you said, "Is it long?" And I said, "Well, I don't think it's short." I couldn't remember how long it was. So, yeah, but did you like it?
It's a long movie.
What'd you think of the ending?
It was
I remember
sad.
when I saw that, I was like, ah!
Mm-hmm.
And that was very common. That's drawn and quartering.
So what exactly were they? Is it what I think it was that they were doing?
So what they do first, this is by tradition, stretch them out.
Yeah.
They pull them until the joints come dislocated. Okay.
Okay.
Then they cut open their midsection. They literally stick a winding hook. You saw the guy doing the winding stuff?
Yeah.
They hook the intestines to that. They do that and it pulls them out of the body. Literally pulls them out and then they behead them. That's where he yells freedom, right?
Right.
They behead him.
Was not aware that was what was going on in that moment.
That's
Kyle was like, "Are they cutting off stuff?"
that was not an uncommon thing to happen either, but usually the blood loss would be so rapid from that they'd die quicker. So by doing this midsection, there's not a lot of arterial blood flow in that area.
Wow.
So they could do that and you'd live right through it. So pulled, drawn, and quartered, that's what they would do. This was a traditional British execution, and they would do it publicly.
Yeah, I know. They kept panning over to the kids watching him and made my stomach churn.
Well, we've done that.
Yeah. Have a great day, Sarah.
I don't think we've done this, but it'd be kind of funny to do the day after the St. Patty's Leprechaun song. No, it wouldn't.
Like, no, that's a lot. Megan.
Let the girl sleep.
No. She told us to yell at her if she's not here in the morning. Where? Oh. It'll be fine. I know it does.
Hey, go to. Oh, no, we can't. Because there's nothing. Ugh. Easter. Guys, can you believe Easter's in 2 weeks?
Is it really?
Yeah, 2 weeks from the 17th.
Oh, more like 3 weeks from yesterday is when it is.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still. It's very strange that it's going to be in March. I don't know. It just feels weird. I seen her on TikTok late last night. She sent us more puppy pictures. They're getting so big.
Trying to get all the use out of it she can before they ban it.
Right. She does pretty well on TikTok. I'm not sure. I haven't specifically asked. I know she's gotten products and things to review.
Do I not have
Morning, Kathy.
topic?
We'll get there.
Looks like I don't have.
Well, I mean, it's only March 11th.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but.
but I have one for the April 5th.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered. I cannot forget that. Beans' conference is today, and I cannot forget. 30 seconds.
I got a new cup over the weekend from Keurig. They gave me for free. It's a 12 ounce. It's only about this big, but it holds
12 ounces?
pretty much where that's all I ever put in this is 12 ounces. And it's really nice. Got a rubber outer deal, and it's
Ooh, like your
it's
other one.
leak proof and everything. It's got a lid kind of like this, but it does not keep it warm. I mean, it was cold within
Here we go.
40,
1 second.
40 minutes, 45 minutes. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 733.
So I watched Braveheart over the weekend for Jen's movie Rehab.
Believe it or not, she had never seen that.
And I've got my recap, my review right after Blake Shelton.
On KIX 102.5.
What are you doing? Oh. That one's for D. Yeah, I was at Tractor Supply this past weekend, and it was so cool. It was the grand opening of the one in Baxter Springs, and I could not believe the number of people that were there. It was packed. Like they're at the end of a shopping center, and the entire shopping center was full of cars. There were so many people inside and outside, and they had Girl Scouts there, an FFA, and they had an amputee organization, and the police and the police dog were there. I mean, so many people were there, and everyone was just so kind and excited. And they had food trucks and stuff. So I got to eat some barbecue and drink some keg root beer. It was great. And I got to meet some folks. That was super fun. Some of the kids that Randy and I went and read to were there. So they came over and said hi and gave me a hug and thanked us for coming out and reading. And then another lady came over at one point and congratulated me on getting married, which was really, really sweet. And she was like, your wedding was just so much fun. So that was really cool. So if you haven't been out there, also the store itself is just really, really nice. And they have everything. Don't do that. I need more coffee.
Question is more coffee.
I don't remember parking the KIX vehicle all the way down there.
Yeah, really.
Okay. We had smoking crab at our Tractor Supply this weekend. It's good. What's smoking crab?
You're doing it wrong.
Aren't you supposed to smoke the crab?
No smoking, crab.
Oh, it's a food truck. Do they normally have food trucks at Tractor Supply? Is that a thing? Jimmy said that they had food trucks at her Tractor Supply this weekend, too.
Maybe they had a deal worked out with them where they got to appear at all the Tractor Supply.
Maybe. The seafood one, yummy. There was a burger place and barbecue. Here we go, 6 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 736.
Sunshine and 70 this afternoon. It's 41 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 25 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to hear about the time that your kid decided they needed a haircut.
So they gave themselves one, or maybe they gave their siblings one.
So what happened? 417-623-1025.
Of course, since it was the weekend, we had another assignment for. And this is where we assigned Jen a movie to watch over the weekend because she's always kept her eyes closed during the movies, apparently.
Well, I'd never really seen much of any movies before coming to KIX. So every Friday, you assign me a movie to watch. I watch it over the weekend, and then I come back on Monday, rank it 1 to 10, and just kind of let you know what I thought about it.
And so since we couldn't believe she had never seen Braveheart, we assigned her that over the weekend to go watch.
And it was really good. It was really, really long. It was a 3-hour movie. And for someone who's not into movies like that, it was a lot.
Historical movies.
Historical movies just aren't really my thing, and especially
but
war
such
movies.
A good story.
I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I'm just saying it was really long, and it felt really long. I mean, Mel Gibson was fabulous in this movie. I mean, obviously, he was really great. There were strong supporting characters. You had the Irishman. You had Hamish. You had the women who were really strong characters in this movie, which was really enjoyable as well.
He wrote it. He produced it. He directed it. He starred in it.
He did great in this movie. I was really, really impressed because I don't really know a lot of other things I've seen him in, but in this movie, he was great.
Now, historically, it's not that accurate.
Right.
There are a lot of things like the insinuation of Edward's son, the prince. He became king for a little while, but he had a boyfriend from France, and the English people did not like that. So eventually, they took him. This is extra. And they killed him. But the way that they killed him was with a hot poker.
No. No, Randy.
They put it
Stop it.
Well,
Stop it.
poker.
Stop it.
Poker.
Randy.
Yeah, it's true.
Quit it.
It's true.
So
I didn't do it.
Braveheart, over the weekend, I watched it.
Hey, wait a minute. What'd you think of the way that they killed William Wallace?
That was awful.
Yes,
that was incredibly hard to watch.
Another thing, very historically accurate, that was.
So you had to explain it to me a little bit because thankfully it wasn't entirely graphic in what they were doing
Drawn
to
and
him.
quartered was a horrible, horrible thing that they would do in public to the person that they were executing and the people would come out and make a day of it, have a picnic lunch and everything watching this.
And that was something that was wild to me, watching these kids just laughing and enjoying themselves as this man is tortured to death.
Because that was the society that they lived in, the cruel violence that was a part of that, and eventually, hopefully, someday people will look back at our culture and go, man, you believe they were so violent?
I will say, too, the cinematography in this movie was stunning. The landscape in Scotland, oh, my Lanta, the lush greens and the hills. How do you not love that?
And the battle scenes that they did, that was very innovative for the time.
I thought it was really funny when the Irish came running over to the Scots like they were going to fight. And then they came running up and start hugging each other and shaking hands. And the English were like, wait a minute.
Or the mooning scene. She really liked the mooning scene.
Oh, my gosh. That was crazy. I was like, that is a whole lot of business going on. So, Braveheart on a scale of 1 to 10. It was a very, very well done movie. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
8.5, which is Jen's political way of saying I have nothing to say about this movie.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just long.
So we'll assign her another movie to watch, and we'll try to find a longer one for this Friday.
No, don't do it. It's Jen's movie rehab.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Actually, I already have most of the rest of the month planned out for Jen's movie. I don't have this weekend, so I got to pick something really special. It needs to be something Irish, right?
Yeah. That's what we did last year.
What was it?
We watched that one movie with Nicole Kidman and
Oh yeah, Far and Away or
and
whatever.
Tom Cruise.
Wasn't that great?
No.
And there really aren't Any good? Oh my gosh! I just thought of one to do.
St. Patrick's Day movies.
There's no good ones, but I just thought of one.
The Departed.
That's what I was thinking about Boston.
I don't know. It's on
Ben
this
Affleck.
list. It's just on this list.
Yeah, this is really. I think there's a better one.
Also, what was the disease that Robert's father had?
Okay, syphilis. Now
Okay.
that is true. Robert the Bruce, his father, who had been, they had a reigning council when they were under British subjugation. Scotland did not have a king. You go through Scotland's monarch history, it's twisted. You know, Macbeth,
Mm-hmm.
that's the story of a Scottish king. That was based on there was an actual Macbeth. You got to go way, way back, though. The whole, the Stone of Scone. Have you ever heard of that? So, in Westminster Abbey, where they crown the British king, right underneath the throne is a box, and it has an old rock in it that they stole from Scotland and brought down there so that Scotland could never crown another king, because Scotland believed that they had to crown all of their kings while they were sitting on this rock. To this day, the Stone of Scone is in a glass box under the throne in England, in Westminster. So that's believed that stone comes from King Solomon's temple. And during the Dark Ages, during the Middle Ages, and during the Crusades, they stole that, found it and stole it. It's just a rock. But there's a movie about when the Scottish guys tried to go and get that and steal it. You know, Scotland has declared its independence from England.
Right.
And they are now an independent economic factor. This just happened in the past 7 or 8 years that Scotland declared its independence.
Oh.
So it's just a recent thing. They are no longer part of Great Britain. Very confusing. They are, but they are no longer part of the governance of Great Britain. I think they enjoy the economic benefits without having to be subject to the laws and everything. So it's almost like Puerto Rico with the United States.
Okay.
Okay, kind of like that, or like the Virgin Islands. The Departed, I'm not such a fan of The Departed. There's a Ben Affleck movie, though. You do Whitey Bulger.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you know what would be good? Good Will Hunting. You've been wanting to see that.
I have been wanting to see that.
That is a movie about Boston.
Those
It's
look
not
great,
about
Kathy.
Boston. It takes place. Gone Baby Gone.
I love that sloth.
Friends of Eddie Coyle.
Who's Eddie Coyle?
Eddie Coyle's a gangster. Mystic
Ooh.
River. Such a good movie.
I like the gangster movies. I have been pleasantly surprised by those.
Boondock Saints.
I've seen that one.
Have you?
Yeah. Many, many, many moons ago, I did.
I think we ought to do Mystic River.
I don't know what that is.
It's a crime mystery based on a novel by Dennis Lehane, directed by Clint Eastwood.
Ooh, okay.
Clint Eastwood does not direct bad movies. Well, he used to not. He doesn't.
What happened? Oh, that happens.
I really, really like this movie. The Equalizer I like too. With Denzel Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've ever done a Denzel movie. So, should we do Good Will Hunting or
Well,
let's see which one's easier to find.
what? What?
Where's Cape Fear?
Who? Who's a what now?
Let me see. We'll let Roku decide for us. Which one is more available?
Jimmy says Equalizer's good.
I really like. Have you seen the newer one? Free on Tubi.
To be or not to be.
Okay, let's try.
So what's your plan with those, Kathy?
Available on Max. Do you have Max?
No.
Rent. Where else? All right, so you're watching Mystic River.
Okay. Is it like Mystic Pizza?
No, not at all. It's a very sad.
Oh. Is it long?
How long is Mystic River? I really, really like this
Mystic River is 2 hours and 17 minutes.
I like Mystic River better myself, but The Departed's probably more famous. I don't.
What do you guys
Good
think?
Will Hunting applies to the whole gin movie rehab definition.
They come with bamboo lids and a straw. That's cute, Kathy.
Oh,
What? What?
we could do. I just thought of one.
Which is?
I can't think of the name of it. Michael Collins. I don't really like the movie Michael Collins, though. I fell asleep during it the first time I watched it. But
I've never heard of that one.
it's a true story. But what's the name of the guy with the sword?
Al Pacino.
That must have been a Scot.
Why don't you just stick with Mr. River?
Mr. Who?
Why don't we just stick with Mr. River?
Probably will.
When's the show, Kathy?
So Liam Neeson. I think Liam Neeson's in Michael Collins, but he's also in this other one. It tells about the rise of Michael Collins and the whole Irish revolt against England that eventually led to the IRA and all the wars and everything. You like gangster movies. Irishman is a gangster
I might like that one then. Morning, Megan. There you are. 23rd at Elks Lodge. Where's Elks Lodge? 9 seconds. Here we go.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Beautiful today with sunshine, highs in the upper 60s. It's 41 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast and 4 states news in just 10 minutes. Also in the next hour.
We're talking about your kid haircuts.
Yeah, not the ones that you took them to get for the first time, but the ones that they gave themselves.
Or maybe they gave a sibling or a friend.
Yeah, so tell us about your kid haircut disaster stories and what those were so that we can laugh and point.
623-1025 or tell us on Facebook.
Of course, if you're still suffering from the time change from over the weekend, you know they say that this particular time change, the fall one, only takes 1 week to recover from.
How long does this one take?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Up to 6 weeks, you could still be suffering effects from the time change.
That's crazy. I knew that this one was dangerous. Like, more people are likely to have cardiovascular issues. More people are likely to get in car wrecks and things like that.
So if you wish somebody would apologize for the time change, well, it's not likely anybody's going to.
Well, that's why we've got Mr. Morgan Freeman to do it for them.
Hello, I am Daylight Savings Time. I'd like to sincerely apologize for messing up your Monday morning with your alarm blasting a whole hour before it should.
Right?
You're exhausted and irritated, and I'm sorry. I wish there was a way I could make it up to you. Like, I don't know, maybe giving you an extra hour of daylight this evening. Or maybe by giving you hope that spring is on the way and summer ain't far behind.
But that doesn't do right now.
But if you want to be mad at me this morning, that's fine.
Fine.
I'm used to it. Apologetically yours, Daylight Savings Time.
Hi there, Morning KIX. Hello. I'm sorry, we can barely hear you.
Not really.
Speak up just a little bit. Are you on speakerphone?
Yeah.
That's why.
Can you hear me better now?
There
Yes,
we go.
so much better.
better.
Thank
yeah.
you.
So go ahead and tell us your story.
All right, so my child, he was 4 at the time, decided that his hair was too in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of cutting just, one spot straight across, he took the scissors and cut straight back on the right side and the left.
So he had this V point like a vampire? Looked like little Eddie Munster running around.
Yes, and he tried to hide it so much. He kept pulling his hat on and just wouldn't look at you.
Oh, he's trying to be a little trendsetter. That's what that was.
That's awesome. Thanks for calling.
Have a good one. Eddie Munster. That visual was
Yeah, the little widow, literally a
widow's peak. Morning, Kinda. The Irishman. 1802 West 26th and Joplin. Let's see. On the 23rd, you said, Kathy? Megan's here. I know. I was yelling for you, Megan.
She's an hour late.
She is.
It's on Netflix. Let's do that.
Okay.
It's got Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci's in this. It's directed by Martin Scorsese. It's not one of his more powerful films, but still, that's a lineup. And it's gangster. It's a true story. So it covers all the bases.
The Elk Lodge over on 26th. It's telling me the Joplin Elk Lodge is on 32nd Street.
It's not. It's on 26.
What day was that? Or you said it was 23rd from 12 to 5. For Kathy's craft show. I've got it down on my calendar. If I can swing it, I'll be there. I'll come see you. Have a great day, Shalala. You want to see pictures of the doggos outside?
No.
Yes, you do. The puppies are so cute. Look at Megan and the babies. Quit it. Aren't they cute?
Sitting on them?
No. Ready? Look at the babies. They're so cute.
Leave me alone. Oh, it's out for delivery. Yep. So they updated just now.
Yes.
It's supposed to be there anytime between 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock. That's the projected time.
Yes.
So I'm like, Gina, can you go down to the house?
Yeah.
all the way from Avignon, France.
Okay, look at these.
Like someone kill me now.
Oh my gosh. Shathina's the really big one.
It's out for delivery.
Finally. See how bright it is? It's finally bright
The sun
on
is
it.
up.
7:55.
It's 7 o'clock now.
Right. Why would you do that? Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so we have movies picked for the rest of the. Is there an Easter movie?
Morning, Gary.
Yeah. It is. I would say five.
Yeah. How you doing today, Gary? How old are the puppies now, Megan?
84.
Is it 4 weeks?
So that
Okay. Oh boy. Phone ringing.
what? Hi there, Morning Kicks.
Haircut story.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me get this ready. Go for it.
My daughter was about 3, and I had taken her to get her hair trimmed, and got up the next morning, gave her a bath, and her bangs were not even. So I got a paper plate and a pair of scissors, and I held the paper plate underneath her hair and trimmed her bangs so they were even.
Uh huh.
Threw the paper plate away, did not put the scissors away.
Oh, no.
no.
When I came back out of the bathroom, sitting on the couch, holding the paper plate underneath her hair with the scissors in her hand.
And the bangs were no longer even.
I caught her before she cut anything.
Oh,
Oh, you got
so
lucky.
you averted it. Yeah.
Absolutely lucky, because that could have been really disastrous.
Yeah. Well, she'd seen that lady at the store do it, and then you did it. I mean, it must be super easy. Everybody's doing it.
Exactly. She had the plate underneath there, to catch the hair and not make a mess.
Sure. Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
It's not a good story. It didn't happen.
Instead of cutting sides, instead of cutting just one spot straight across, you take the scissors and cut it.
Just got text. Your package is out for delivery.
Yay. You were busy, Megan. You just got off work. Does that mean it's bedtime, Gary?
Yes, 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 yes.
What's
Yes,
that?
yes, yes, yes.
Oh, dear. Oh.
With the same enthusiasm.
Yeah, but you tried to hide it. Yeah, but you tried to hide it so much. He kept pulling it, just wouldn't look at you.
Okay.
Hmm. No, it is.
The one that we were laughing
Why do you ask me this? Like I'm going to remember these
Was,
things.
No, no. Remember? You almost say something.
Oh, from our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were being silly with the way that we were saying things. With
saved
cl.
it. No, I flipped it out to save it, but I don't know if I.
I thought you did. It's all good, Megan. I just worry about you, and I missed you. You worked the graveyard shift. Yikes. I don't know that I could do a graveyard shift, but people also say they don't think they could do early shift like we have. Beautiful today with sunshine and highs in the upper 60s. We'll see clear skies tonight with lows in the upper 40s. Sunshine, breezy, and 72 for Tuesday. Partly sunny and breezy, a high near 76 for Wednesday.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar's not showing anything over the 4 states.
41 in Monette, 40 in Pittsburgh, 41 in Joplin. To get signed up for severe weather alerts, send to the KIX app.
So we're talking about the time your kids gave themselves or someone they know a haircut to your chagrin.
You can call or text to tell us that story, 417-623-1025.
Here's Dan and Shay
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. The number 1 for country.
Nope. KIX 102.
We got laughing so hard at that on Friday because the drugs.
Yeah, we were dying.
No. She's like, no.
Nope.
Oh, man. Did we ever do the Irish Spring Break soap?
Mm-hmm.
We did?
Mm-hmm.
Clean as a whistle.
Mm-hmm. Morning, Dorinda. Shathina is bigger than all the other ones, too. But yeah, her coat, that brindle, is stunning.
Stunning. I'm so stunned by her coat.
It's really pretty. I showed it to you. Quit making fun of me. It is. We just have different opinions. It's my opinion. I lost the window. Where'd it go? There it is. And she's so much bigger than the other ones, too. Keith and Dot look like they're the smallest. Yaw. They're so cute, oh, the babies.
What?
The babies. Babies. Babies.
When is the sweet? I had that. March 28th.
Have we seen Shathina's face yet? She's been the one that's been real ornery. She hasn't wanted to show her face. In any of these pictures, making sense. We've seen the side of it.
There is literally nowhere to play this. We don't have a place to play that song.
Look at the camera, Shathina. Keith has got such a sweet face. Oh my gosh. Megan!
That's enough.
Look at the picture. Look at Shathina. Oh my gosh, and her little paws. Megan. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need a shot like this of all of the puppies, please. Oh my Lanta. And the little fuzz on her ears.
I'm rolling my eyes for you.
This is so cute. Look at her. Look at that precious
more
widow
excited.
puppy.
By the fact that we are done.
Oh my gosh. Dead. Just dead.
No, we're not done for the month. Well, yeah, we're done for the month. We are done for the entire month.
Good job.
When we came in this morning, it was not that way, but now it is. I feel better. I knew there was a way to get it all
A lot, Megan.
crammed in there, but it took some doing to do it.
To do it.
Okay, make yourself a note. Are you going to get the peeps?
Sure. Oh, Randy. When do we need him by?
Wednesday.
Siri, set a reminder to buy Peeps Tuesday night, please.
Who is this? Just one time, I wish mine would say that back to me.
Here we go. 3 seconds. What?
KIX 102.5, the 4 states. Number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 808.
Sunshine with highs nearing 70 this afternoon. It's 41 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 15 minutes.
But we're talking about the time that your kid either cut their own hair or someone cut their kid's hair that wasn't paying them to cut their hair.
Did you ever cut your own hair?
No, I never cut my own hair, but I did cut my brother's hair.
Right. That's the way with girls. They're like, I ain't touching mine, but I'll do yours. All right.
I gave him really terrible bangs that were really short in the middle and then got really long down by his ears on the side.
So I was jealous of how everybody else's hair parted, so neatly and everything.
Right.
So I cut one for myself.
You cut a part.
I cut a part. I just cut all this hair on this side right there really, really short. Had no choice but to part after that.
So tell us about your kid's haircut at 623-1025.
Here's Dirks Bentley.
On KIX 102.5. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So my brother had this real shaggy hair and it's just like real short. Siri told me that I was rude because I told her to hang up. Siri, I'm not talking to you, but thank you. Okay. I don't know why I always use manners with Siri. I feel bad if I don't.
Yeah, her face.
But also, my Siri is a man. Hey, Siri.
Siri was a man.
Siri, say hello. No. Siri, please use your words and say hello. Speak. Yeah, I wanted you to hear. Mine's South African. Siri, what accent do you speak with? Okay, never mind. It doesn't want to do it today. It's been grumpy. Siri, make fart noises. Oh, it won't do it. Siri. See, did you hear the hmm? Say McDonald's. Man, it won't do it. He won't speak this morning. I don't know what his deal is. I used to have the woman as my Siri. Oh my gosh, I'm not talking to you. Every time I say her name, his name. Is it still Siri if it's a dude? So did you guys hear all the murmurs this weekend on air? There were lots of hints this weekend. Sarah had a real rough weekend. We put her through the ringer, I guess. Him through the ringer. It. Them. Man, those are some seriously split ends. Holy cow.
Told you about the white orbit.
Yeah.
Hi there, Morning Kicks. Tell us about your kid haircut.
I got two of them for you, mother and daughter.
Oh, let's see.
What happened?
My oldest niece was about 20. Well, one of my nieces was 23. When she was 3, she cut her hair, and she cut it so bad that the only thing we could do to fix it was to buzz it off.
Oh, no.
Now turn around. When her daughter's 3, her daughter cuts her hair so bad that they have to give her a boy haircut, and her daughter had never really had very long hair to begin with.
So she wasn't missing that much.
So it's like
No, no.
They say, may the may,
The oldest one had long hair.
may the sense of your youth be revisited upon you 10 times in your, adulthood or whatever.
like mother, like daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Her kids are just like her, so
turnabout's fair play.
yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Stories aren't great. Some of them you're like, oh.
Hints about what? A secret sound coming? What?
Earlier this morning, we confirmed or maybe didn't confirm, or we had some information about that for people who were here on time.
Jimmy says, yes, Randy said he's making them hard. Closing went really well, Dorinda. It went really, really well. Our realtor is so sweet, and she had a whole little goodie box for us and
Did you get
celebration wine and all
yes.
that good stuff.
They even had the right kind, didn't they?
It was
Yeah.
really nice.
I wonder how they knew.
Mm.
Maybe I got a text message.
Did you really? Did you?
How did they know?
That's hilarious. Oh, my goodness. I
So-
didn't know that.
Or it's just like, where do they like to eat? And I was like, good luck with that. Her gluten thing. Man, I get a lot of texts. See?
Aw. That's cute. Yeah, Tiffany. Tiffany went hard last time on Secret Sound. She had a whole list going and everything.
Right. That's the way to do it, Tiffany.
Here you go. 7 seconds.
You know how to win that stuff. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning Kicks with Randy and Jen.
Wanting to hear about your kids' haircuts?
The one that your kids gave themselves or someone else
We'll talk more about it after Russell Dickerson.
on KIX 102.5. You shut up, man! Twiddling your thumbs. You mean twiddling your toes.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So, Secret Sound will be starting 1 week from today. For those of you who didn't know how to get here on time because of the time change or whatever excuse.
And what's the first Secret Sound going to be?
It's going to be a Secret Sound.
Ooh.
So
That was a big hint, y'all.
on Thursday, the plan is we haven't selected any of the sounds yet, but the plan is to let you guys hear it on Thursday. And we're going to advertise that and say, hey, come on live with this and we'll let you hear the Secret Sound. And then on Friday, we'll play it once for everyone else.
Oh, my gosh. You know what movie I watched after Braveheart? Completely unrelated note.
What?
Titanic. Kyle had never seen it before.
Really?
Yes. That movie is still as good as I remember. Oh, I
you
loved
had
it
seen
so
it
much.
before you came here, hadn't
Oh,
you?
yeah. I saw it when I was
Okay.
like 8.
You're like, oh, she's naked.
Yeah. Yeah. Speak really, really highly of Forrest. If you're looking for a realtor, him and Shelby was my buyer's agent, and she is just the sweetest thing. I even recorded y'all playing the Secret Sound so I could listen to it whenever and get
That-
oh man,
Smart.
Tiffany.
Now that's next level
Oof.
right there.
Nobody read that. Nobody.
By the way, the boat does sink in Titanic. Yeah, did you tell him? Did you ruin it for him? Boat sinks. They all end up in the water.
It still makes me cry. I cried so hard.
To me, that there's a whole deal about Rose being the skank that she is. She wouldn't let him on that door with her. And then she's got that jewel the whole time. She lets him go looking for it the whole time. She's got it. That woman is evil.
Maybe she didn't know they were looking for until she saw the news story.
Why did she think she's out there on the boat? They flew her out
she
there.
didn't know about it until she saw the news story, and then she knew about it.
No, that woman is just evil.
No.
She killed Jack. She caused the boat to sink.
She didn't cause the boat to sink.
She distracted those guys. Those guys would have been watching for the iceberg if it hadn't been for her.
No, there's so much more to it than that.
No, it's her.
Part of the issue is the fact that they wanted to get there early, and so they were kicking up the speed of the boat when they didn't need to be doing that. And the rudders were too small.
It wasn't
so it couldn't turn very well.
Wasn't it? They had chambers that would have isolated any leak like that, so that's why it was supposedly unsinkable. But if it hadn't have been for her up there doing this whole thing, and those guys remembering that and thinking about it the next day and how she was naked in that car. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:18.
Beautiful today with sunshine. Highs nearing 70. It's 41 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in 5 minutes. But we're talking today about kid haircuts.
Like the ones that they gave themselves.
I would say, heaven forbid that your kid ever do this, but if they haven't, it's just a matter of time. They're going to do this.
So tell us the story. Let's all laugh about it together.
Yeah. What's the way that your kids cut their own hair or someone else's hair?
Well, I got a 12-year-old daughter. One day got a little too close to a candle, and she burnt off of her bangs. So she decided to go ahead and cut them off completely and shave them tight to her head, and then lie to her mom and I and say that she doesn't know how it happened. So now, over a year removed from this, she wears a headband every day and hides what we call her banglet.
Could you imagine asking your kids,
what happened to your bangs?
And they go, oh.
Oh, she still denies it. She will not give up the truth for the life of her one bit. I mean, I respect her commitment, but come on now, we all know.
That woman she will someday have a career, a very lucrative career in politics.
So what happened with your kids and their clothes? I mean, their hair.
Oh, my sister and I shaved our little sister when she was about 2 years old, used my stepdad's trimmers and clippers, and shaved her bald when she only had peach fuzz.
I love that you just shave your sister.
My mom was not happy when she got home.
Why did you do it? Do you remember why?
No, I think I was only like 5 or 6 when we did it.
Good idea at the time.
Well, tell us about the time you cut your own or your siblings' hair.
Silence is golden unless you have a toddler, okay?
Yeah, if it gets quiet, you know something's wrong.
Yes. It was a week before we went to have my maternity pictures done. My youngest daughter at the time, she was real silent, and me and my husband and my older daughter were in the living room watching a movie. And she comes out of the baby's room, and I said, come over here to me real quick, Liza. And so she walks over to me and I said, oh my God, she cut her hair. It was down to her shoulders, and she cut it all the way up to her forehead.
Oh my gosh!
I'm tired of those bangs.
Awful. And she strutted around like it was the most prettiest thing, and I was like, oh, let's not go out in public.
What is the haircut that your kid gave themselves or gave their friends or siblings?
Your kid haircut stories.
You can call or text and tell us at 623-1025.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country.
It's not easy to position.
Lord.
Same. I'm like, tell us your thing you did with the deal. Hi there, Morning KIX. What's your kid haircut story?
Well, mine is 16 now. She was about 3, 4 years old. And she decided she was going to cut all my hair off.
Oh,
no, your hair!
It was like a half-inch long. And when I thought I was dreaming, and when I actually came to, I realized that I wasn't dreaming of putting hair in my mouth. I was really putting hair in my mouth.
Your
my
hair
God.
wants cutting, mother.
I immediately called my mom and was like, come get your grandkids. And still to this day, like I said, she's 16 now, and I tell her, oh, payback.
You mean when she comes to visit from Grandma's house?
That's right.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much.
In my hair.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Hi there, Morning KIX. Tell us your kid haircut story.
I can honestly tell you never trust an older sister with a pair of scissors.
That's
Right.
true.
My sister
So
Was
you
this-
just
Was this in the 90s? So at least you were on trend. Bowl cuts were very popular.
well, and she could have always gone, "Oh, wise guy." Yeah. You look like Mo. One of the little dainty
One of the
dishes.
little dinky bowls. You do. More like a saucer.
Oh man.
That's hilarious. There was one time, you know those the like plastic balls that have like the little, I don't want to wait, the feelers all over the outside of them. Beans got one of those wrapped up in her hair once. Your hair got caught in the hair braiding thing.
So you look like Mo?
The koosh balls, yes. Those stupid things. And there was another thing. My sisters had
Diseases.
no. They had one of those like wind up fairy doll things. And you got to be real careful how you get your hair around those because they twist real fast. Of course, it was picture day the next day. I feel like that's always when this stuff happens. That's a bad dream. What is this voice you're doing?
Psycho child. Your hair wants cutting, mother. Let me do it.
Ew, that's creepy. Stop that.
That's right.
That's right. That was funny. Mm-hmm. Oh, you had to run in with it too. My dad still has them at his house, and I'm like, we're not playing with those. They're dangerous. I was showing my granddaughter pictures from when she was small, and she asked me why we didn't take scissors away from her. She was constantly cutting her bangs. I'm looking at it right now, Tiffany. Hold on.
Yeah, if it gets quiet, you know something.
Oh, this thing. I always wanted those. My parents would never buy me one. I thought those were so cool. For a second, I wasn't sure if you were talking like about a Floby or what. What? Hi. How are you?
That's an invasive question.
Okay. Good talk.
What's the one? Have you seen the one? The girl, she's mixing with the mixer in the bowl. It's got her hair down and it goes, like, help!
No. That sounds
now I gotta
terrible.
find it. Here it is.
Do I want to see it?
Look at it. So it just brushed. So fresh. Mm. What's this? Here we go. I don't remember the whole fight.
That's pretty I think we're going to need another one. There we go. How? How did they do it?
Big stick. Poke it until it gets in there.
Oh.
What was the deal we were talking about earlier? Oh, the tickler guy. Okay, they caught the guy in Texas, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that has been going around.
Oh, no.
You got the story. You're the one that found it. You're the one that looked up this kind of stuff.
No, it popped
Yeah.
up. The headline did. I saw
Jen
the
looked
headline.
it up,
I did
so
not look it up. You looked it up.
I did not. Go to my history.
You went to Reddit and
Go to
found
my
it.
history.
You probably have it to where your history doesn't save.
No, it saves. You can see everything else. Yeah, look it up. What
I'm not
is it?
Googling it on my computer.
You already found it.
The headline just was popping up on my feed.
Yeah, because the internet does that for things that you're interested in.
Stop it.
So this guy has been going around, I guess, when people are asleep, and they call him the tickling bandit. I don't know what he steals, except maybe their dignity.
Yeah.
But he tickles a certain orifice, men and women. So that answers that question.
It's synonymous with backdoor.
It rhymes with cut moles. Anyway, I guess he's or I don't know if
I don't know.
a feather or
But he's tickling.
And who sleeps to where you can get
I was wondering the same thing. Like, what?
So
how are you sleeping so your business is out there like
yesterday I'm at the gym.
that? Why is that where this goes?
Wait.
Good gracious.
I saw one of the most alarming things I think I've ever seen. This woman laying on her stomach, had her feet under the barbell on the deal and was lifting them like this with both legs, both feet, laying down, belly first. And I'm like, I don't think that's a thing. I don't believe that's
So she was with a barbell?
a court-appointed workout. Yeah, it was on, it's on a track. Barbell is. They've got all the barbells at the gym where you don't free lift them. They automatically spot you, in other words.
Yeah.
But still, I'm
No,
like, that's not healthy.
That's not how that works at all.
Can't get tickled doing that. Yeah, but that was weird, and the tickle story was weird, and thankfully they caught him. They caught him brown-handed.
Ew.
Red-handed, I mean.
What a weird
Weird
story.
world we live
Yeah. Just crazy, I tell you.
So they had more plane issues over the weekend. Another, there was it wasn't a 737, 787, dropped in altitude by like 1,000 feet, just whoosh. And people were injured because they didn't have the seatbelt lights on. And so, of course, they banged their head.
Ow.
People had to be taken to the hospital. And you think, well, I don't want to fly on a Boeing jet. Well, hey, I would say over 70% of them are.
Didn't a tire roll off or something again?
Yes, they lost the tire on one.
What is going on with Boeing?
They're designed to go without a tire. Wait, they designed them to have tires fall off?
Why would you design them
KIX
that way?
102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:34.
Here's Thomas Rhett.
On KIX 102.5. Oh, by the way, Jen.
We're doing a show.
That's why the doors came off, is because they took... No, wait a minute. That's why the wheel fell off, because they took the lug nuts off to fix the door with.
What did it just block out that you said, Megan? Or did you block it
She
out?
said, nah.
We had some strange-looking men walking around the neighborhood looking in trash cans in people's yards yesterday. Never seen them before. Scary. I always lock my doors.
There was a dude on Rangeline yesterday. The biggest beard I think I've ever seen. He was wearing a hoodie, and he had on these pink sunglasses, like little girl sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like his hair was poking out up here, and this big beard about like this was poking out of the hoodie. So it was like this beard, little nose, and sunglasses. He looked like the guy who sang Mana Mana on Muppets.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what he looked like.
You know what I'm saying? I'm starving this morning. I know I've said that before, but holy cow, my stomach will not stop growling.
Then you've got Indonesia's Batik Air over the weekend, where both the pilot and the co-pilot fell asleep during
What?
the flight. Yeah. Both of them fell asleep for 28 minutes during the flight from Kendari to the capital, Jakarta. And it came to the air traffic's attention when they noticed the aircraft was not in the correct flight path and tried to contact them, and they didn't respond.
Wow.
They were eventually awakened and did successfully land in Jakarta. I mean, usually when you find out the pilot and the co-pilot are sleeping together, that's not what they mean.
Nope.
I guess putting lazy boy recliners in the cockpit was not that great of an idea after all.
In hindsight, it's always 2020.
Wish I could fall asleep on a plane that easy.
The only thing that's new for ABC Power Portal today is Oscar stuff. That's it.
Of course. My FICO score has been up. Nobody pays attention to FICO. Experience what they
Uh-oh. Here we go. 10 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 837.
Sunshine with highs in the upper 60s this afternoon. It's 41 in Joplin.
So we've been talking about kid haircuts. My wife bought our youngest daughter a play salon. And I said, that's a mistake. I knew from the get-go that was a mistake. She used to have us come back and get haircuts and fixed up and stuff. We'd sit in the chair and everything, and she'd do a wash. And when she was sinusy, she'd go, Patty, it's real Patty. And I would be freaked out. But sure enough, it was just a matter of time. I think about 6 months in, she cut one of the older sister's hair with a real pair of scissors while they were playing hair salon.
How short it go?
It was one side, so we had to cut the other side to match.
So tell us about the time that your kids cut their own hair or their siblings' hair.
One of my daughters, when they were younger, did nair a part of their hair.
Oh! Wait a minute. Put nair on it?
Yes, like actual nair. She had a huge bald spot on the side of her head.
So the answer is yes, Cindy, the nair does work.
Yes, it was very effective.
Tell us about the time your kids gave themselves their own haircut.
Whenever my daughter was a year old, my oldest daughter decided to cut the top of her hair off, like at the very top, and she had a mullet for about a year.
A mullet?
What do you think it was about that look that made her want to give that haircut to her sister?
I have no idea, but it was horrible. She looked like Joe Dirt forever.
Joe Dirt. Maybe she saw that movie and thought, yes, that's the look I've been going for.
Tell us about the time that your kid cut their own hair.
I guess I was aggravated at my mom that she was trying to potty train me, so I got bored and grabbed the scissors and took after my own hair. And then the shower curtain, it was brand new, and then found a brand new pair of my mom's jeans.
Just went snip happy.
And then my son in kindergarten decided he was going to get bored one day and cut a reverse mohawk for himself. So.
And your mom was like, serves you right.
Exactly. I've heard about that ever since then, so.
Have you ever cut your own hair or a sibling's hair before?
Well, mine, she was about 3-4 years old, and I was sleeping, and she decided she was going to cut all my hair off on the very top of my head.
Your hair!
My hair, and it was like a ½ inch long. I thought I was dreaming, and when I woke, I realized that I wasn't dreaming spitting hair out of my mouth. I was really spitting hair out of my mouth.
Your hair wants cutting, Mother.
I immediately called my mom and was like, come get your grandkid. Still to this day, she's 16 now, and I tell her, payback is coming.
You mean when she comes to visit from Grandma's house?
That's right.
So tell us about the time that your kids cut their own hair or your hair or someone else's hair.
You can text us at 623-1025.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Why'd you just say text?
Because I thought it was 8:50. It's not 8:50. It's daylight saving time catching up to me.
Use that excuse for everything.
Scared him so bad he pooed himself in your driveway?
I've done that before.
What?
I pooed in your driveway once, too.
Wait, did you scare him or did the dog scare him?
Scared me.
I'm not talking about you.
Who's Adam Hinspeeder?
You know who that is. You know. Tender loving chicken. Oh, gracious almighty, oh dear. Okay. I need my coffee. I think it's what's going on. You scared him. Next time we all get together, you got to tell that story. My monitor's dusty.
Yeah, it is.
Don't forget on the 22nd, we're going to Columbus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. March 22nd?
Uh-huh. We told Cindy we'd be there. It's already on there. Oh, it's on my personal calendar. Sorry. I didn't. You're right.
What
10, I believe.
time?
Yep, 10. And it's a walkathon this year. Yeah.
Oh, man.
To run your fingers, she's a sinner.
I wish FedEx had the deal like Amazon where you can track where their vehicle is.
That would be cool.
It'd be really handy.
Did you know flooding is the deadliest severe weather hazard in Missouri?
Makes sense because of the eastern side of the state.
That's according to the Missouri State Emergency Management Agency.
Yeah, because we don't think of it as that big of a threat here unless you live in Seneca. But it is on the eastern side of the state because of the Mississippi River that travels the entire length of Missouri. And there was the one year before they rebuilt all the levees and dikes back up that it flooded 100 and some miles in state.
Wow.
It was, destroyed like the whole West St. Louis. It was all the way up to the arch,
Wow.
And the Missouri River flooded up to the Capitol building in Jeff City, and it was crazy that year. It does that. They have like the historic floods every, 10, 12 years? 15 years, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Matt County gets it bad. Not bad enough, though.
Oh, Jimmy. Guys, that's scary. People watching you from your windows, hiding behind your doors. That's really scary.
Neosho, yeah. Neosho gets flooded pretty bad. Neosho and Seneca. Just trying to get all the clean house.
Oh, I love cold
Like Mother
coffee.
Nature goes, now I must rinse. That reminds me of another movie.
Which is?
Misery.
Oh, okay.
There. Well, now what do we do? Everything's done.
I know, we did everything. So now what?
Now what?
We were too organized, working too far in advance.
Let's do April.
We don't need to do that.
I have a feeling April's going to be a bit of a struggle.
You say that all the time. We
Well,
make it work.
Normally I think, well, there's Easter. Nope, that's all done now.
Mm-hmm.
Spring. Nope, that's done. What we've got for April is eclipse.
Yeah?
Need to be looking for that.
And sneezies. Allergies. You can always do it, though. Something with that. Always.
There we go. Got a couple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blocking out sunshine. Oh, yeah.
That's good. That's good.
For some reason, they're all female. So there's this. There's this one. Hit it 3 times. The first time I hit it, the light came on and then went back off.
Jimmy says April showers. Got to bring those May flowers.
We seem to be doing everything early
You ready? 10 seconds.
this year.
Mm-hmm. 5.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states. Number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Sunshine with a high near 70 this afternoon. It's 41 in Joplin.
Morning KIX takeover is getting ready to start in just 5 minutes.
So make sure to go on the KIX app and the KIX website. Let us know what songs you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking today about kid haircuts.
Whether your kid cut their own hair.
Or someone else's. You can tell us at 623-1025.
Did your kid cut their own hair? What happened?
Well, I can honestly tell you never trust an older sister with a pair of scissors.
That's
Right.
true.
My sister stuck a bowl on my head and cut my hair right before picture day.
So you look like Mo?
I exactly did, yeah.
You're like, oh, wise guy.
Have you ever noticed that these always seem to happen right before picture day?
Picture day or some big event. I think that's directly correlative. The likelihood of your kid cutting their hair is directly related to the importance of the event that's coming up.
Has your kid ever cut their own hair?
My daughter was 3 years old. My brother was getting married. The bride-to-be took my child out of state to get fitted for her bridesmaid's dress. Her 4-year-old niece scalped her.
What?
She had never had a haircut in her life.
Oh, my gosh.
It was so bad that her hair ended up being an inch long, and underneath the parts that she did have hair, there were holes. It was so bad that we had to try to cover her head with a flower ring at the wedding because it was so bad.
That poor kid.
What about yours? Did your kids ever cut their own hair?
So my son at the time was 3. He disappeared, and I went to go check on him in the bathroom, and he took my electric shavers and shaved one line straight down the middle of his head.
Oh, my gosh.
He just wanted like a racing stripe.
All the way. And he just thought it was so funny. He thought he just did a really, really good job.
What about the time when your kid cut their own hair?
I didn't cut my own hair, but my brother did when he was in kindergarten. My mom kept telling him that he needed a haircut before school pictures.
Yeah.
Well, the day of school pictures, he went in my mom's sewing room, got the scissors, and held them up at the front of his head by a scalp and just chopped.
Bangs? What bangs?
Oh, poor thing.
He come walking out with a sock hat on is what made it so funny.
Tell us about the time that your kid cut their own hair or a sibling's hair.
623-1025 to text us.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
We've got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 4 minutes.
On the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
So tomorrow we're talking about your family rules that are exclusive to your family.
I love these. We weren't allowed to use the living room at my house. For company only.
Mm-hmm.
We were not allowed. What happened here? We were not allowed into the living room. In fact, you couldn't even come in that door. You had to come in the back door. Don't come in the front door.
We had special plates and cups and things that we were not allowed to use unless we had company.
We never used them even for company. They were on a dining room cabinet, a special cabinet. You know, they used to have those dish cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
We had that with the rose print dishes and real silverware. Never in my entire childhood or my entire time living at home did we ever use those dishes or that silverware. Never.
Not once.
Not once. So why did we have it?
Because it looks nice.
Did it? I don't think putting your dishes and pans out where everyone can see them is that great of a design choice. So anyway, what were the rules exclusive to your family that, peculiar to your family, in other words, that maybe you had that nobody else did, or you had to explain why whenever someone came over?
Mm-hmm. And we're talking about the return of the woolly mammoth.
Yes. There's going to be more woolly mammoths, according to scientists. We'll tell you more
allegedly
tomorrow. So have a great rest of your Monday if that's at all possible. Bye.
Bye.